Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Thursday to you all. Today is Friday Eve. It is the 16th of April. Welcome to it. We have done about a month of social distancing and long distance learning and stuff. This is becoming the new normal, so I hope you are well. My good things for today are being 1 month into distance learning, my daughters Greta and Georgia, and the fact that they fought almost not at all yesterday, which is very positive. Mrs. Brunner, who is a constant joy, and Max not stealing my bed last night. Max slept downstairs on the couch, which was a good thing for me. I have some of your good things to share here. New haircuts are a good thing. Being healthy and eating healthy are definite good things that I heard from you guys yesterday. Food, of course, is a very popular good thing every day here. I've got chocolate milk, pancakes, pizza, apple juice, Diet Coke, roll cakes, and cookies all being mentioned as good things yesterday. Cowbells. Cowbells are a good thing. Walks, definitely a good thing. This person said the morning walk. That's a great routine to establish during this time. Wear a mask, probably. Poems. I love that one. And in addition to all those good things, we have 2 birthdays today. Happy birthday to Keegan T. and Hans Zhang. We're going to do the birthday song. I don't have any suckers to give out, but I can sing the birthday song. So if you're at home watching this, do it along with me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is your birthday song. It isn't very long. Hey! So, happy birthday, Keegan and Hans. How old are you? Oh, 13. Cool. Good for both of you. All right. One other thing before we get into today's assignments. There's something unusual about each of my videos this week. If you have noticed what's unusual about each of my videos this week, you can go ahead and post that on tomorrow's roll sheet. Or today's roll sheet. I'm sorry, today's roll sheet. I'm recording this at 6:44, so you haven't got that yet. So yes, on today's roll sheet, if you notice something unusual about this week's videos, you might even want to go back and look at Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and today's and see what's unusual about this week's videos, and put that into the attendance form, and I might mention you in tomorrow's Friday video. So anyway, today I would like you to do the following things. We've done good things. I'd like you to do a reading log entry. I still don't have a plan for how I'm going to grade reading log entries, but I strongly suspect that I'll be asking you to share a picture, or maybe multiple pictures of your reading logs. We'll maybe do that next week. We'll see. But I would like you to do reading log entry number 64. You're writing to prompt number 30, which is, how is the ending of the book significant? How would you have changed it? Explain. So go to whatever book you most recently read. Think about its ending. How would you change it? Right? I'm thinking of Catherine Called Birdy. I kind of liked the ending, how it was sort of a weird switch, and how once she decided that she was going to submit herself to her fate, it turned out better for her, right? She ended up not having to marry Shaggy Beard, but her son, who sounds like a much better fit for her, right? Younger, somebody who likes to read, maybe isn't quite so dirty. But she's still marrying a stranger, right? So maybe you'd say, that you'd prefer that she got to marry somebody who she at least knows or had a voice in choosing. But anyway, look at whatever book you have read most recently. How would you change the ending of that book? Now, you're going to continue with your argument writing today, and your end product today will be writing an introduction to your persuasive or argumentative essay, and add that as a new doc in the shared folder that you've shared with me, and you're going to entitle that new doc Introduction. So previously you should have already written your body paragraphs in a doc that's in our shared folder. Now you're doing a separate doc but putting it into that folder, the title of that doc is Introduction, and I'm having you do these as separate docs for a couple reasons. Number one, it's easier for me to like see and check that you've done the two separate assignments if they're separate docs. And number two, it's going to kind of force you to do some rewriting when we get to our final draft of this essay. So anyway, our teaching points for today are numbers 8 and 9. Here is number 8. I'm going to go into presentation mode here. This step generally is asking you to debate the argument by stating a claim, giving evidence and reasoning to support your claim, and it kind of has people go through a process of an actual debate where you're caucusing with people who have the same side, stating your case towards the other side, caucusing again, rebutting the points made by the other side, etc. Obviously, we can't really do that, right? We are practicing social distancing and distance learning, so that won't work. We can't do a debate. But I have a couple ideas for you. For how you can kind of go through a similar process that'll hopefully improve your writing. Number one, if you have anybody at home with you who, is willing, have them take the role of the other side of that and just be like your sounding board and tell you how they would respond if you made the claims and the statements that you are making. Number two, remember this website. It was either last week or even the week before, but this website is procon.org, and it has all kinds of issues. I asked you, in fact, to choose your topic from this page, I think, or at least to look at it when trying to think of a topic. But it has all kinds of issues, and this is great if you've chosen your topic from here, because it shows both sides of each issue. So let's just randomly look here. Milk, is it healthy? And you click on that. This is drinking milk healthy for humans? And it gives you the pros and cons by category. So click here on, is drinking milk a good way to build strong bones? It gives you the sides, the pro and the con, the yes and the no for whether or not milk actually does build strong bones. I think milk does build strong bones because when I was a kid, I drank a lot of milk. Drank full strength milk, right? Not 2% or any kind of low fat, but full strength milk. And I've never broken a bone my entire life. So I think milk builds strong bones. It has calcium, right? Which is important for building bones. Anyway, these pros and cons look like I'm seeing things from doctors and stuff here, so they probably know better than me. But anyway, this is a great resource for kind of looking at the criticisms of your argument, what the other side would say. So hopefully, if you did choose a topic from this site, or maybe you chose a topic that's on your site and you don't even know it, but it's a good place to get that counter argument. And even if you're not including that in your essay, you should have at least one instance of the opposite side of your argument, right? Because our rubric demands that you show the opposing claims or other side, I believe is how they put it. Even if you're not going to include every counter argument, your arguments are going to be stronger if you craft them to oppose what those criticisms of them would be, right? Does that make sense? I'm going to say that again. Even if you're not including a specific counter argument, your evidence and reasoning should be crafted to refute those counter arguments, even if you don't state them within the text of your essay. All right, so that's teaching point 8. Teaching point 9 is introducing and writing your argument. Writers write an introduction that is fair, strategic, and clear by giving the backstory, emphasizing the other side of the argument, and stating the claim. Couple things here. Number one, look at this as a checklist, right? In your introduction, make sure you're giving the backstory. Make sure you have enough context so the reader understands what the topic really is and why there is a debate. Emphasizing the other side of the argument, I'm going to ask you to kind of not do that yet. And I'll talk about that in a second. And then stating your claim. So in your introductions, I'd like you to have like a hook, I'd like you to give enough backstory so the reader understands the topic and its importance and maybe why it's debatable, and then give your claim, your point of view. And I'm going to ask you to include the other side of the argument somewhere within your body paragraphs. So if you didn't do that yet, that is fine. You can go back and edit those body paragraphs and make sure that in at least one of those 3 argument paragraphs you acknowledge the opposing point of view, the counter argument to that point. But I'm not going to really ask you to do that in your introduction. I think that's going to kind of make your introductions way too long. So instead, hook, backstory, or information so people understand the context of the debatable topic, and then your point. If you want to include some just previews of what is in your body paragraphs, that's fine as well. But I don't want your introductions to be just like ridiculously long, which I think they kind of would be if you're including the other side, right? That counter argument piece there. So you'll have that in one of your body paragraphs. So that is it for today. So once again, looking at the assignment guide, what you are doing today is reading log entry number 64 to prompt 30. You have those teaching points on my haiku site, so if you want to go back and review those, I kind of went through them quickly. You have that as a resource. Also, we talked about that site. I'm going to add right now. That site is procon.org. Go to that site if you find that useful. And then finally write that introduction, do it as a separate doc, and put that into our shared folder. The title should be Introduction. All right, a bit of a longer video today, but we had a lot of stuff to talk about. I hope you are all staying happy and healthy, and continue to do so. Wear a mask if you go outside, and don't be so terrified to go outside. Mrs. Bruner freaks out whenever I leave the house, basically, and she has left the house very rarely. Maintain social distance, at least 6 feet away from other people. Wear a mask, but you gotta live life. You gotta interact with the world. You'll be happier and healthier at home if you leave the house once in a while. So change your clothes when you get home. Wash your hands, maybe your face too. Any body surface that's been exposed to air in the outside world. But don't be afraid to get out there. Anyway, I hope you're happy and well. You'll receive this message at 8 o'clock this morning. Make sure you do the attendance form. That's all. Bye-bye.